Hey guys, I thought I'd do a video today which could be slightly different to my sort of standard Funko Pop videos. Um, I thought I'd do a video showing off my favourite things in my sort of collection of things that I've gathered. Some of them are Funko Pops, a couple of them are not. So I thought I'd start with the Funko Pops themselves. I've got 5 Funko Pops that I couldn't part with, think, ever. So I'll move Deadpool, and I'll start with this one. Magneto, I don't think I could part with, or maybe not just this specific Magneto, but just of Magneto in my collection. Magneto's the first ever Funko Pop I ever got. He was the reason I started getting Funko Pops, and I've loved this pop because it was the first one. And the first one I actually got, the box was horrendous. I bought it in a Forbidden Planet store, and the plastic was actually all torn and broken, but it's the only one in the store, and they refused to give a discount for it, but I still bought it. I took it out of the box, but being an in-box collector, it started to frustrate me. He was the only one out of box, so I bought a brand new one inside the box. But I don't think I could ever part with having a Magneto in my collection, because he does mean it that much to me, that he was my first ever Funko Pop. So he really does mean a lot, so I don't think I could. He has a special place in my heart. A second one, Funko Pop, I actually already got today, is my Collector-Core Deadpool. I've never had a Collector-Core Pop, and I do like it that this is like the first one with that type of sticker on it. The other ones just have a big black exclusive sticker. And I loved the Deadpool movie. Deadpool's always been sort of a special hero for me. Well, anti-hero, vigilante, mercenary, whatever you want to call him. He's had many names, but I do love this pop. I love Deadpool. I do have another Deadpool pop up there. Yeah, let me just zoom in on him. And I do love this Funko Pop so much, because he is a very special character for me. Another Funko Pop that I love, I don't know why, if you're a Funko Pop collector, you might experience this, where you just sort of get an attachment to a certain Funko Pop, but you don't actually really know why you love it so much. For me, it is my Hot Topic exclusive Detective Mode Batman from the Arkham Asylum set. I think my attachment to it is because it's the first pop I spent a lot of money on. Every other Funko Pop I never spent more than £10 on, and this one I spent £20 on to get imported from America. So it was my most expensive Funko Pop at the time. Now it isn't. But I did spend a lot of money on it, and it comes with the Hot Topic sticker. It was my most expensive one, and I do love it. If I was to ever downsize my collection, this would definitely stay in the collection. I love it to pieces. It's just a repaint of the standard Batman Arkham Asylum. Same as the blue one, I guess, which I actually have as well. Up here. Let me just get it down. The blue one is also one of my top 5 Funko Pops that I could not part with in my collection at all. I think I love the blue one because I love the Batman Arkham games deeply. I just absolutely adore the Batman Arkham games. I've spent so much money for the games. I have the big statue the big exclusive Amazon statue that the game came with for Arkham Knight. I bought a lot of merchandise for the games, including the entire Arkham Asylum set and the Arkham Knight set. So my favourite costume I always wore was the blue one in the game, and I loved it to pieces. I loved the games, and I think I just love this one because I spent so much time trying to find this one in a decent box, and I had to actually get it from Australia, but I just love it. I couldn't part with those from my collection at all. The last Funko Pop itself that I'd probably die if I didn't have it in my collection is another Arkham Asylum one. Which is the Joker. For me, the sort of history of the Joker is how much effort it took for me to get it. I bought it, well, I didn't buy it straight away. It took me 4 months, 4 months solid of looking on eBay to try and find it under £30. There was nobody in the UK selling the Joker Funko Pops. I don't know why. They had original Joker Pops, like that one. But they did not have these ones at all. no matter where, unless I wanted to spend £30 getting them imported from America or Australia, which I was not willing to pay for the single Funko Pop. At the time, it was the only one I needed for the rest of the set. That did not include variants, including Detective Mode and Blue Suit, but this is the last one needed in the standard set. So I ended up buying, this is the second version I actually had. There was one I bought beforehand that was actually quite broken. I bought it online from a eBay seller in America, actually, who a lot of UK Funko Pop collectors go to, because they sell probably about 600 Funko Pops a day and put it up on auctions for 99p, and then they did £6.99 post and packaging. And because they put, imagine, 4 or 5 of these up, there was no need to bid, like, for 2 people to bid on the same one, so they could all bid on their own ones and get them for, like, £8.95, well, £8.98 roughly, altogether, or £7.98, so they're really, really cheap. So I bought one from them. It took about 3 weeks to arrive, and at the time, it was a huge big crease down the back, but I spent so much time trying to find one, I kept it, and then when I found Pop in a Box was selling them for £8.49, so I bought one, and it's come absolutely perfect, and it's the reason why I can't sort of part with it for my collection, because I spent so much time and effort finding it, and a lot of pain, trying to find them, and with the heartache of it coming broken. The next thing is actually one last Funko thing that I could not part with, is the Riddler, my Riddler Dorbs. I absolutely love the Riddler. If you've known, well, as I've said before in many videos, I love the Riddler, as in, I have a Riddler tattoo. I love the Riddler that much. And because I can't buy the official Riddler Funko Pop, I spent a little while trying to find this one quite cheap. And it was actually my local comic book shop, Geeky Boo, that was selling these for, I think it was £8.99 each, which were really good. So I bought this one, Hijinks Poison Ivy. And because this is one of the few Funko Pops, well, Funko items of the Riddler that I can get, this comes everywhere with me. This is like almost like my little anxiety charm. I always carry this with me. It comes to work with me in my bag. When I'm walking to and from work, I'm always holding it. When I'm making like vlogs, walking to work, I've always got this with me. So this comes absolutely everywhere with me, because I love him so much. The next thing is not a Funko product. This is just another product in my one of my collections that I love. I collect comic books. Well, not as much as I used to. I actually am trying to downsize. I have about 60 comic books up for sale, but nobody seems to be buying them. But they will sell eventually. I might just have to put them in smaller lots. But my favourite in the entire collection, because somebody had sold it far too cheap. They sold this comic book for £12, which does sound a lot for a comic book, but when I explain the history of the comic, it is very cheap, and it is in perfect condition. Which is the Batman The Killing Joke First Edition comic book. They've done about 12 different editions of it, and it's first edition because it's in green writing. It has been taken out the sleeve. I have taken it out just to inspect it, and it's fine. I've never opened it, so it's never actually been creased. It's perfect condition. There's a slight discoloration over the actual pages, because the person who bought it, who I bought it from, had been keeping it in a drawer out of the packaging, so it had got a slight discoloration, which happens to pages. It happens, but I paid £12 for it, and it's got a rough value of maybe about 70 to, depending on the condition, between 70 to £500. I've never had this officially valued. I want to get it in a, I think it's a CGC case, which is like a big plastic case that has grade on the bottom. If you go to comic conventions, you probably see them hanging up for like £300-400. So it'd be like a comic book that's got a certain date on them, or a certain rarity, in a big case that has its name on the bottom and says, imagine, grade 9.2. I want it in one of them, but it's going to cost me a lot of money to get that done, and it might not even be in a decent value. So this just sort of sits in my collection at the moment, because it does mean a lot to me that I got it at a good price, and I love it to pieces. It's an awesome storyline. I looked up online because I didn't want to open the actual comic. The last thing in my collection is actually a cosplay item that I got handmade for me by my mum's best friend. She made it for me for my birthday a couple years ago, and it is a handmade Riddler cane made of solid wood. So she made me that, and it is my height, all custom made. So every time I go to the Riddler, I always bring this with me, even if it doesn't match the actual Riddler costume. This comes with me. It's solid wood. I love it to pieces. I've had people offer to pay £200-300 for it, but I just couldn't part with it no matter what. Even though I stopped cosplaying as the Riddler, I don't think I'd stop keeping this, because it was a lot of time went into it. It's my favourite version of the cane from Batman Forever. I just love it to pieces. I just absolutely love the cane so much, and it's solid wood, so which makes it sort of even better. The last, very, very last thing, actually, I lied, that's not, this is the last Funko thing, and it is actually my Deadpool itself. I got this for my friend before, because I had to go into hospital for a bit. I won't go into details of it. I had to go into hospital. My friend got me this. It was a planned visit, so it's not like it was suddenly I was keeling over and dying. Planned visit. Sorry. So I was going to be in there for a couple of days. Had to go across the country for a specialist. Nothing serious. So my best friend at the time, went and bought me this little Deadpool Funko Pop. Mopies. I hadn't ever had a Mopies before. My collection for Funko Pops was actually very small at the time. And so I took tons of photos of like Deadpool like sleeping in the bed, or holding food, or holding train tickets, just to sort of cheer him up a bit, because he was a bit down. But this was the first ever Mopies I got. I do have a couple more Mopies now, but this is, oh, I love this Mopies so much. As you can see, his beans from so much hold, his beans have become a bit sad compared to another Deadpool Mopies. So he's a sad Deadpool. It's a sleepy Deadpool, but I love him so much. So I'll leave it here with that, and hopefully see you next time.